Anyway, our last story I tell this evening is an example of a first-time presentation here on our stage, but he's got quite a resume behind him anyway. So I'd like to have you all give a warm welcome to Mr. Andre Wilson.
As a kid, I wore to Cantero Street Elementary an Angels Little League baseball uniform, purchased secondhand from the discount rack at Goodwill, even though I never played Little League. I wanted to belong to a team, and I hoped that the magic of that Little League uniform would transform the least athletic boy in school to the most athletic. You see, I was the boy team captains left on the bench when they picked teams. The real most athletic boy in school was Brett. Brett was the tallest, whitest boy in school, while I was the shortest, blackest. The only sport I excelled at was dodgeball, because kids had a hard time hitting a small, fast-moving target. But Brett reigned as king of baseball. He captained a team in every game. I recall Brett reaching the end of eeny, meeny, miny, moe, the arguing with the other team captain over who would adopt me. If a team captain should have picked me out of pity, I cringed in right field, praying that no boy would hit a ball in my direction. Of course, the opposing team captain, usually Brett, knew I was their weakest link, so he would coach the batter. Hit the ball at Andre, and that batter grinned and pop! My reflex kicked in, and I dodged that ball, which really past me, hit the chain link fence 100 feet behind me, as four boys ran the bases. More often than not, the team captains left me on the bench to ensure victory. Good one recess, as the boys were about to pick players for another game of baseball. My teacher, Miss Ailman, approached and addressed. Don't you boys think it would be fair to let Andre be team captain for a change? You always think me on the bench. Some boys stared. Others shrugged. Brett resigned. Okay. As team captain, I got the pick. So I picked Brett, because I knew there was no way I would win without him. The other team captain frowned and picked the next best player. And we kept picking players until we cleared the bench for the first time in a long time. Also, as team captain, I got the pitch. I ascended the pitcher's mound and threw out my first pitch, which soared over the batter's head, who swatted like a fly. The next pitch rolled across the ground as the kids kept out, "Hey Andre, this is baseball, not bowling." Another pitch, "Ow! Sorry, take a base." The base is filled with boys I either struck with balls or walked. I was feeling pretty good. This is my first time out as pitcher, and already I am pitching a no-hitter. No boy can hit anything I threw at him. The magic of my Angels Little League uniform worked. Dissension rose in the dugout and the field. "Hey Andre, you should quit as pitcher." "Yeah, we should get Brett back as pitcher. We're gonna forfeit if Andre stays pitcher." The game stopped. Both teams refused to play as long as I remained pitcher. I looked for Miss Ailman, my teacher, but she was nowhere to be found. I fumbled with what to say in order to exit gracefully. Finally, I surrendered. "Okay." The boys rallied. "All those in favor of Brett say aye." "Aye!" "Opposed?" No one opposed. Not even me. I remained on that ball field and watched my replacement, Brett, win the game with his pitching, running, catching, throwing, and getting the other boys to fight for him. That boy didn't need a second-hand Little League uniform to play. That boy could play naked and still win. After the games, the boys piled on him. "Yay, Brett!" game over, as well as recess. And my halo tarnished. I retreated to class. I recall the day when Brett challenged himself. I'm going to run around this entire playground. The playground of Cantera Street Elementary stretched a city block. Hesperia Avenue, Lawrence Street, and Zelzer Avenue bordered it. A small crowd of kids watched as Brett darted towards the fence along Hesperia Avenue and struck it with his hand. Ching! Then ran along the fence, past the gymnastic rings, towards our ball field at the corner of Lawrence Street and Hesperia. And ching! He struck the fence again. Brett ran the largest baseball diamond in the world. As Brett progressed around the playground, the children stopped their play and watched the white blur. Look, Brett is running around the playground. Even the playground monitors and the teachers stopped to watch. Brett's pace slacked as he loped along Lawrence Street, past the tetherball courts, pushed himself harder than a boy should push. The kids looked up at Miss Evelyn and wondered, are you going to stop him? We were afraid that he was going to kill himself by pushing himself this hard. Our teacher just stood there and watched, perhaps wondering if it was possible to run around the entire playground. In any event, how do you stop a boy running that fast? Ching! He struck the fence at the corner of Zelda Avenue and Lawrence Street. The fence rung like the bell in the boxing ring. And then he ran back along Zelda Avenue, past the jungle gyms where the first and second graders watched from their perches. Ching! He struck the fence and made his final turn as he headed back towards the crowd, which has now grown to the entire student body and faculty of Cantera Street Elementary. The crowd parted as Brett staggered in, red and sweaty, his clothes drenched and stuck to his body, panting out of breath. And I will always remember that image of this mini marathoner crossing the finish line. I wondered, what does this all mean and why? The answers escaped me. I just knew I had witnessed something extraordinary. I outgrew my Angels Little League baseball uniform and consigned it to the Goodwill clothing donation bin from whence it came. In 1976, Brett and I graduated from Cantera Street Elementary, and I never saw Brett again. Until the most valuable player of the 1985 World Series, Brett Hagen, this ace pitcher of the Kansas City Royals, powered his team to their first World Series title with a shutout in Game 7 against the St. Louis Cardinals. I stare at the TV. That's Brett Hagen! I used to play baseball with him! Fireworks exploded over Royal Stadium. Boom! As Brett's teammates rushed the field and piled atop him. And they resembled the boys who had piled atop him after baseball games on a playground a decade earlier. I wish I could have said that I knew Brett would have come to this, but I did not. None of us did. But I finally understood what I had witnessed on the playground of Cantera Street Elementary. I witnessed greatness. As for me, I am almost famous. I may have been the first person Brett Saberhagen relieved as pitcher. Thank you very much. Thank you, Fireside. Thank you very much. Thank you.
job. Wow. You know, and so as you were wrapping that story up and bringing it down to home, as it were, it took, for me personally, so first off, I like reading epic poetry. So, you know, don't judge, but that's the way it is. It reminded me of the kind of thing that every epic poem has an Achilles, but every epic poem needs a Homer to tell the story.
Oh,
So,
thank you.
I don't know if it's really great. Anyway, folks, well, you know, there you have it. That's Fireside Storytelling. There's really not more to tell about it. Please drive safe on your way home. Once again, tell your friends. Don't forget to sign up on the email on your way out if you're new here and you want to come back. And otherwise, we hope to see you on stage sometime. Oh, and once again, next month, there's the first time